Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a foundation review. I know it's been a while since I've actually done a foundation review, and this foundation is not relatively new. It's been out for about a year now. I never got around to reviewing it because it was advertised or marketed as moisturizing and long wearing, which I love the long wearing part, but because I have super oily skin, moisturizing when advertising any type of foundation I just stick away from because I have super oily skin, and it's just like probably not going to work out for me just because of my needs. Especially living in Texas, it was super humid. Moving to LA, my skin is more of like combo oily, still on the more oily side, but definitely more combo. Like I do have some dry areas, but I think it's just the weather change, whereas in Texas it was super humid. Here in California it's super dry but still hot. With that being said, today I'm reviewing the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, and I actually got this yesterday because I work at Sephora at the moment, and we had the employee discount 30% off, and it was like the last day, and honestly guys, I was like, no, I'm not gonna use my discount, I'm not gonna use my discount, like I don't really care for my discount, but I ended up getting the Glam Glow Dream Duo and this foundation because I have 30% off. Normally we get 20% off, but yesterday was the last day for 30% off, and I was like, what the F, like might as well. So I got this foundation for like 18 bucks. Normal price is like $27. With that being said, so this foundation does have 20 shades in the range. I picked up the shade 6.5 Buttermilk. I was initially gonna go get Golden Neutral because I see a lot of people on YouTube that I follow that have similar skin tone to me getting the Golden Neutral, and I was like, okay, I might get that. But then once I swatched it on my arm, and I know you're not supposed to swatch it to your arm, but my arm, the inside of my arm and my neck are like the same color, and it was like orange, so I was like, there is no way I'm gonna put that on my face and blend it into my neck and make it work. So I tried this shade before, which is like Cream Camise or something, and it was just like no, and that's number 7. So then I picked up 6.5, which is Buttermilk, and it has more of a neutral yellow undertone, but it still has a slight pink in it. And I picked this up, and it wasn't like the perfect match, but it was the closest match. This is advertised as a foundation and a concealer. It's an oil-free foundation. It's lightweight, it's moisturizing, and supposedly it's supposed to give you full coverage without clogging any pores and without emphasizing them. It is advertised as 12-hour wear, so we are going to be putting that to the test today because I hate when foundations are like 12, 15 hours and they only wear like 8 hours. So we're definitely going to put that to test today. This formula is great for dry skin, of course, but it's also advertised for combination oily skin, which is me at the moment. It has a special polymer formula that forms a flexible film that moves with the skin for lasting wear, and it dries slowly, so you can easily like blend it out without having to like, you know, drag it out. It's easily blendable because it's a slow drying foundation, which is good. In some cases that's horrible, but in this case it's actually pretty good because it's such a full coverage foundation. This allows it not to be patchy. It is supposed to be sweat and humidity proof, so again, we'll be putting that through the test today. It does say that one dip of the wand gives you full face application, and it can be used to spot conceal. It does say that because of how full coverage the foundation is, it may look super deep before blending it out. So if you get the foundation, it might be too dark, but once you blend it out, it'll start to lighten up. This product is allergy tested and 100% fragrance free. So yeah guys, we're basically gonna test this foundation out. I'm not really excited because I've already filmed the demo, but I'm really excited to share this little like adventure with you guys because yeah. With that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and insert demo because I am rambling and I am wasting you guys time, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the foundation, and this is in the shade Buttermilk, which is 6.5, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it up for the very first time. And it does have like a dough applicator. It's very much so like a concealer, and I'm gonna go ahead and dot that on the right side of my face, which I will be using just a beauty blender to blend this out. So now that I've applied that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender and blend that out on the right side of my face. So as you guys can see, this side has no makeup and you can still see my blemishes, and this side has the foundation blended out with the beauty blender. And I have to say guys, this is a really nice coverage. It does not cover up most of your imperfections with the beauty blender, but it did give me a nice natural medium coverage. I can definitely build it up. It does say to like spot conceal, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that afterwards. So next I'm gonna go ahead and take the foundation, and this time I'm gonna apply it to the side that I will be using a brush on. For the left side of my face, I will be using my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Flat Top Buffing Foundation Brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just buff the foundation in. Next, I'm just going to take the foundation and apply it to my neck just to blend that in a little bit. And for that, I'm just going to use a brush and buff it in. So I've applied the foundation to both sides of my face. With this side I used a brush and with this side I used a beauty blender. And I have to say guys, I kind of prefer actually I'm kind of like 50-50. I love the way the beauty blender melted it onto my skin, but I love the coverage that the brush provided. It's one of those things, kind of your preference. I think like the beauty blender I would use if I was more of a natural day, like on the go, and the buffing brush I would definitely use for like more of like a glamour look. So I'm gonna go ahead and layer the foundation, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dot this where I need more coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the beauty blender and use it on my right side. And next I'm gonna go ahead and with the buffing brush on the left side of my face. I finished applying the foundation. I did layer it twice. I have to say guys, after layering it twice, I love the beauty blender side. I just feel like it looks more natural. However, the buffing brush on this side just makes me look so flawless. Like literally, like if I had a night out and I had to go like all out full glam, I could definitely see myself pulling this foundation instead of some of my other glamorous foundations such as the Marc Jacobs, the Estee Lauder Camo foundation. I mean, there's like so many foundations that I would like normally draw for like a night out or like I need the full coverage. I need that coverage. I could definitely see myself using this because the brush just gave me this like flawless finish, as y'all can see. And then the foundation brush, I just feel like it gave me a very like nice, natural matte finish. I don't know, I definitely like the foundation so far. Like, I'm impressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my camera and I'm gonna give y'all a flash test because I know some of you guys are like, you never do a flash test. Okay guys, so I did the flash test and as y'all can see, it kind of has like a pinkish tone to it. It's not like yellow, but it's not pink. It's somewhere in between. It's just kind of more of a neutral undertone. And I have to say guys, I actually do love this foundation. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I finished doing the rest of my makeup and I did take a flash photo. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert it here so y'all can see what the foundation looks like with the flash. And I have to say guys, it looks relatively good. It doesn't look like there's too much of a white cast. It looks pretty much like my skin tone, which is really nice. I mean, you can obviously tell that I'm wearing makeup, but it still looks very nice. It looks very natural. I actually don't have a problem with it. And it's now 3:39 p.m. in the afternoon, so 3:40, and I'll be back in a couple hours to check back in with you guys, so stay tuned. Hey guys, so it's now 7:40 in the afternoon. It's been about 3 to 4 hours. I'll know for sure. I'll have the exact time somewhere on the screen. It's been 3 to 4 hours since I initially put on the foundation, and I'm gonna go ahead and look at it. Okay, so for the most part, it looks really good as far as coverage. Like, the foundation isn't breaking down whatsoever. However, I am starting to get oily on my T-zone. I can definitely see some shine on my nose, and when I was touching up my lipstick, I noticed that on my chin, it's oily or dewy to the point where like I could massage the foundation, like it's moving basically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my blotter, which is my favorite thing to do when I need to blot. I just feel like this is just lifesaver and it saves you from having to buy blotting papers. And I'm gonna go ahead and blot my T-zone. And the funny thing is that my forehead is actually fine. It's literally just on my nose, around my nose, and my chin that needed touch up, and that's basically all I did. The foundation still looks good overall. It's wearing really great. It still has like full coverage, so I'm not worried about that. So with that being said, after blotting, the foundation still looks good. I guess I'll be back in a couple more hours to check back in with you guys. So stay tuned. Hey guys, so it's now 12:40 at night. It is past midnight. It has been about 9 hours since I initially put on the foundation. And I have to say guys, for the most part, the foundation is wearing really well. However, I am starting to get extremely oily. Definitely just in my T-zone, however. And with that being said, even though I am super oily right now, like I literally need to blot, the foundation's still holding up really well. Like the coverage is still there. The foundation is not breaking apart whatsoever. However, it is starting to shift, but the coverage is still there, if that makes any sense at all. The coverage is not the issue. I'm still full coverage. And I'm gonna go ahead and blot first before giving y'all the conclusion. And I'm just taking my blotter and blotting all over my T-zone. My forehead's actually fine. It's just this part around my nose and on my nose. So just from blotting, the foundation already looks even better, and it looks like I just put it on. So I will say that this foundation will last the 12 hours. It is super long wearing. The coverage is still there. However, if you do have oily skin, I suggest you use a mattifying primer, or in my case, I definitely should have used a mattifying primer, and maybe I should have baked my under eye and my T-zone a little bit more with a different powder. For setting powder, I did use the NARS Loose powder, which is supposed to be hydrating, so I'm not shocked that the foundation isn't holding up as far as like mattifying. Normally I use my Kat Von D loose setting powder, and that tends to keep me matte throughout the whole day. However, I have ran out of that, so I'm not getting some until tomorrow. So of course things happen. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video. Who do I think this foundation is for? I definitely think if you have dry combination skin, you are good to go with this foundation. This is gonna work beautifully for you. If you have oily skin, I think this will work out well for you, just like it did for me. However, because we have oily skin, we definitely have to take those extra precautions, such as a primer, setting powder, and setting spray if possible. Maybe a mattifying moisturizer is all you need, but you definitely have to take those extra precautions if you want to use this foundation. However, I do recommend it for you. The benefits of this foundation are that you are getting full coverage, and you can use this as a concealer. So I think those are great. This is definitely one of those foundations that's for people on the go that kind of want to take away processes of makeup. Like if you don't want to have like a foundation and a concealer, I think this is definitely a go-to for you guys. I think if you're looking for efficiency, this is definitely the foundation to go. If you're looking for coverage, this is also it. I think this is such full coverage that you'll definitely enjoy it. And it's so versatile because the Beauty Blender kind of shears it out just a little bit to where it looks a little bit more natural. But at the same time, you can build that up and make it super full coverage for a glam night out. So I think this foundation is definitely versatile in that regard. And so I think this foundation is just super versatile. I think like oily to dry skin, on the go to like full glam. Like I just think this foundation is like one of those foundations that like you can literally do it all. This is definitely one of those like holy grail foundations. Not to say that this is my holy grail, don't get me wrong, it's a great foundation. Would I say this is holy grail? Not really, but this is a great foundation, and I am relatively impressed, especially from a brand such as Clinique, which is known more for their skincare than they are for their makeup, and it's one of those like hidden gems. I just think this foundation is so bomb and so versatile that I am so giving this foundation a thumbs up. And if you haven't tried this foundation, I think you definitely need to try it. I think you definitely need to check it out. Definitely need to get yourself a sample of this, because I just think this foundation is the bomb.com, and I am unexpectedly surprised. Like I cannot stress that enough. Like I did not think I was gonna like this foundation, and here I am loving it. Oh my god, and it's so like affordable. It's only like $28. Granted, I got this for $18, but $28 is not bad for a full coverage foundation, and I have to say this is pretty bomb. And I'm not feeling, my skin does not feel irritated whatsoever. Normally I know if I'm going to be breaking out from a foundation, and my face feels fine. I don't feel like I'm going to be breaking out. Normally I would have gotten some sort of like pimple of some sort, but I don't feel anything underneath my foundation, so I am good. So like I said guys, I definitely give this foundation a thumbs up. You definitely need to give this foundation a try. And that basically concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my foundation reviews. I know it's been a while, but I hope you enjoyed today's video. With that being said guys, I hope you liked this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat at DGAFPanta. And if you watched this video all the way to the very end, let me know what your favorite full coverage foundation is. And until next time guys, DGAFPanta out. Body, well, this is in my hair. So this is in my hair for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then I wash this out. I get out of the shower, dry off, whatever, and then I go in with like a hair serum of some sort. You know, I go in with extra products.